let's give another loud round of applause for the Perry High School Marching Band. Thank you, Perry High School, for your selection of Baking and Eggs, D&K Cadence, Tadpole, and Jig 2. Weren't they fabulous? Good evening, everyone. I am Olga George, the City of Pittsburgh Press Secretary. I am here to welcome you to the City of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, and the Northside Community celebration to honor the second phase of the North Promenade Restoration Project in the historic Allegheny Commons Park. Our first speaker for this evening is Katrin Qureshi, President and CEO of Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy.
Good evening. Thank you, Olga. Thank you all for joining us as we mark this wonderful milestone in Allegheny Commons Park. I am deeply honored to be here tonight as we celebrate the completion of the final phase of the North Promenade. This is a pivotal moment in the history of Pittsburgh's oldest public park. This $2 million project signifies more than just a physical revitalization. It represents a renewed sense of community spirit and pride. As we walk along the new promenade, we witness the results of years of dedication and collaboration between the City of Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, and the wonderful Northside community. From resurfacing pathways to improving accessibility to planting the canopy trees, every aspect of this project has been carefully planned to ensure that Allegheny Commons remains vibrant and welcoming for generations to come. Throughout the planning process, we heard consistently from the Northside community about the importance of safety and the need for increased lighting along the promenade. Tonight, we will relight Allegheny Commons and will appreciate the vibrancy of this special space thanks to the brand new light fixtures that will be illuminated for all to enjoy. As we stand here today, almost a year since our last gathering, with shovels in hand, facing a giant mound of dirt, I'm filled with optimism for what lies ahead. This endeavor symbolizes a milestone, the first Parks Tax-funded collaboration between the City of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy. To be here almost a year later, amidst the beauty of this historic park, I'm delighted to celebrate how far we've come and to recommit ourselves to the ongoing stewardship of this cherished public space. Of course, none of this would have been made possible without the generous support of our partners and supporters. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the City of Pittsburgh, including Mayor Ed Gainey and Councilman Bobby Wilson, to Duquesne Light Company, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Buell Foundation, the Qualcomm Foundation, and all local supporters who contributed to making this project a reality. Together, we can ensure that Allegheny Commons continues to thrive as a symbol of community, pride, and unity. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Katrin. Now, I would be remiss if we didn't say thank you to the Northside community organizations that had made this possible, as well as all the city crews out here today, and a special thank you to the DPW, the Department of Public Works, and the Zone 1 officers. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Now, as Katrin stated, the Promenade Project is a demonstration of the strong private-public partnership to improve park assets and infrastructure. Now to speak to the private aspect of it is Kevin Walker, President and CEO of Duquesne Light Company. Kevin?
Thanks, Olga. Thanks for everyone for inviting us to be here. This is such a great, fantastic opening. We've been partnering with the Pittsburgh Park Conservancy for about 25 years now, and this is a real highlight of the kind of work that we like to do. The public-private partnership that Olga talked about with the mayor's leadership and many others in the community that really make this a really intentional and purposeful effort that we're doing here today. This is an environmental justice community, so it's particularly proud to be able to bring something like this for the people of this community to use for many, many years. Clearly, talking about lights, we're the light company, so we really have been very excited to be able to bring 15 historically appropriate lights to this area that are LED qualified, so they're actually using less energy and very efficient. We've done some work around the traffic plantings around the traffic circle and all those sort of things. So really to make this come alive and be vibrant for the community. So we're really happy to be a part of this. We've given about $1 million to this effort. So it's really great to be able to do that. And we're looking forward to doing many, many more of these in the city of Pittsburgh. So I'm looking forward to enjoying this, and hopefully you all will as well. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Now, as Kevin stated, the investment, this latest park improvement has breathed new life into Pittsburgh's oldest public park. The newly revitalized section of the North Promenade spans from Federal Street towards this monument, the George Washington Monument, and builds upon progress from first phase completed in 2021. But as Catherine stated before, and as Kevin alluded to, this is not possible without the public-private partnerships. Now, coming to the promenade is Diane Bucco, President from the Youth Foundation.
Good evening, everyone. I am honored to be here and equally share the enthusiasm and joy expressed so far this evening. Tonight is a special moment. While we are gathered here to celebrate the relighting of this wonderful Allegheny Commons Park and the completion of the North Promenade restoration project, let us acknowledge and celebrate the power of community resiliency, tenacity, partnership, and collaboration. We must not forget that tonight is the result of decades of Northside resident leadership and advocacy that led to the development of Allegheny Commons Park and the master plan. The Buell Foundation is a proud partner, supporter, and friend of the North Side of the City of Pittsburgh and of the Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy. We're privileged to invest our dollars to help restore this historic park that has served as the front yard of the North Side neighbors since 1867. We know that an investment in Allegheny Commons Park is an investment in the health and well-being of every North Side resident and visitor, offering a place to relax, to play, and to build community. Thank you to the staff of the City of Pittsburgh, Mayor Gainey. Thank you to the Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, and thank you to the residents of the North Side. It is because of your collective hard work, dedication, and advocacy for this great park that it is now brighter, safer, and more accessible. Let us also celebrate our youth this evening and give a shout out for our Perry High School band. Guys, thank you. Once again, congratulations. The North Side's front yard looks pretty beautiful.
Thank you so much, Diane. Now, as Diane indicated, that collaboration with the government, private organizations, but most importantly, community organizers is what made this park possible. And I'd like to bring forward Jerome Jackson, Executive Director, Northside Leadership Conference.
So, good evening, everyone. Excuse me, my name is Jerome Jackson. I'm the Executive Director of Northside Leadership Conference. Not new anymore. I've been here over 6 months, so I can't say I'm new. But this is great. Like, I grew up in this park. So I grew up like 5 or 6 blocks from here, so I know how dark it used to be. And I was standing over thinking about like playing in this park and thinking about me and Johnny Diller trying to climb up this thing to get on the to get on the horse, right? And see who could be the first to do that. So those are the kinds of things that we did. But just having lighting in the park, because when I was younger, walking through the park was not something you did, right? It was sketchy walking through the park because it was dark. But with all of the new lighting and the work that the city has done and the Park Conservancy, this is a great opportunity and a great thing for the North Side and a great thing for the park. We thank everybody for your hard work, and we just want to continue this work with the city as we move forward in the leadership conference and our work. And we just thank everybody for your work in making this happen. Thank you. All right.
Now, the installation of 15 new historical appropriate light posts featuring energy efficient and dark sky complement lighting and a planted traffic calming median will promote safety in and around the park. And again, it's partnerships and individuals not working in silos that is making this possible. Next, we'll hear from Councilman Bobby Wilson, District 1.
Hello, good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, I think I'm gonna get a little more cheer out of you all on this next comment. Who here likes the lights to work in the park? Well, we just added a few more to keep track of. Some of you will get that joke. But we all care about the lights. It doesn't matter if they're new ones or the old ones back there that we recently restored. Thanks to all the great partnerships throughout the city, the departments, Duquesne Light. They literally installed, I'm not even sure what it's called, but the big control panel for at no cost, totally outside of this project. And I just think that it's such a great partnership like that in this park, this public-private partnership. And I'm going to continue with a couple more jokes. One is I have about 10 stickers in my pocket because I love all the departments here. My kids over there, they're playing Frisbee thanks to the park rangers. I mean, they're crushing it with these Frisbees, so I appreciate them keeping my kids busy. I was like, why don't you go somewhere where I can see you when I'm speaking? And so they're over there throwing the Frisbee. I want to go back and really talk about how this is the first public-private partnership with the Park Stacks. So this is your Park Stacks money at work. Even if you didn't support that at the polls, even if you didn't initially support it, this is your money, this is your hard-paid tax dollars at work. And that's what this is about. It's about Mayor Gainey following through with that. Really appreciate everything you did to make sure that this happened. We're standing here not only to celebrate this public-private investment, but also the investment in DPW. Because I heard that Supervisor Keith Younger was on his hands and knees cutting this grass around each light pole. So Keith, where are you at? Keith's from DPW. I appreciate everything you do and everyone in the Northern Division for what they do to make sure this park is a great park. That got back to me, Keith, that you were out there cutting it real nice. I'll tell you what, this looks like a country club. The initial investment here was $800,000. That spurred so much more investment. And that brought us two different segments, B and C. You see A with the fountain, but that one was a little bit difficult because I don't know if any of you were here. There were probably about 20 people that showed up for that one because they wanted to really see what was going to happen. And there was a helicopter flying the whole time, so you could barely hear what we were talking about. This event is so much more incredible and better than any other event that I've been to in this park so far. And I appreciate that initial investment to get here so we can be in this segment of the park. And then it continued. That public-private partnership got turned into that private partnership, where the Parks Conservancy literally took it and ran with it, took that baton and ran with it. And they showed how they can raise the money to make sure that we can grow all those public dollars, all those funds that's your public money. So I just can't be proud to stand on this brand new water retention, pervious stones that we haven't talked about yet. We could dump 1 million gallons of water in this thing. Someone here knows the stat. How many gallons of water? Eisler. We got to thank the contractor, Eisler, who did all this work. How many gallons of water? Quite a bit. Well, you got to have fun with this type of stuff because it's just such a beautiful day, and I want people laughing, because what we really want is for people to remember that whether or not they grew up in this park or they live here now, that they can remember this park as something that either they were here when they were a child or as an adult, and they want to stay here. We don't want people moving away from Pittsburgh. We want them in this area. This council, this administration, Mayor Gainey, we want to make sure Pittsburgh grows. All of our partners here, Duquesne Light, Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, Buell Foundation, the Northside Leadership Conference. I'm being tested now because I'm trying to run through everyone. So many great partners. Eisler, our local contractor, and it just continues. So looking forward to all the continuing investment and all the great work that's going to continue in our parks. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for coming to Northside's Central Park. Have a great night.
Thank you, Councilman. Now, project improvements include pathway resurfacing, canopy trees, plantings, bench installations, new trash receptacles, along with mobility and pedestrian upgrades that now enhance the park for users. I would be remiss if we then publicly thank some of the organizations that is part of this. Allegheny Commons Residents, Allegheny Commons Initiative, East Allegheny Community Council, Community Alliance of Spring Garden and Dutchtown, Allegheny City Central Association, Allegheny West Community Council, Mexican Ward Street Society, Manchester Citizens Corporation, Northside Leadership Conference, and Northside Chamber of Commerce. Let's give these organizations a round of applause. Now it's my honor to introduce to you a mayor who believes in partnership and folks don't work in silos, Mayor Ed Gainey.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Come on, we could do better than that. This is a beautiful evening out here. Come on, I mean, let's just talk about the weather for a second. I mean, we couldn't ask for better weather to be able to display beautiful lights. And so to be out here today and to see all these amazing people, to every organization, and there's a lot of you, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because at the end of the day, it's your advocacy and the dedication that you have for your community that makes this day work. I also want to thank a gentleman I just met today by the name of Tom. I'm not going to remember his last name, but I always believe in the history of how things got started. And he was telling me how Miss Rooney, way back in the day, really advocated for this park, really advocated to be on the Parks Conservancy. And this was part of her dream to make this one of the state-of-the-art parks in this region. And it's amazing that we have the Stillers here today, Mr. Rooney and Mr. Morehouse. I think y'all should give them a hand as well. Kathy, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I know a lot of them talked about the park tax and the fact that a project hadn't got done. But when we came in, we talked about making sure that this would be the first one, and you did it. And I would like for everybody to give Kathy a warm applause, please. Please, she made that happen. Where's Mr. Walker at? Duquesne Light. Where's Mr. Walker? One thing about this city is we've always had silos. And we've always tried to work in silos, and I don't believe in silos. I believe in the building a city, you need everybody. I've never seen nothing get built with just a silo person, but I've seen many things get built with collaborations amongst people and organizations. And I want to thank Duquesne Light for all that they've done for this, Energize Pittsburgh, and everything else that you're helping the city do. I appreciate your leadership, and I want to say thank you. Miss Buka, wow. If it's the north side, it's Miss Buka. Listen, I want to thank you for all that you do. I appreciate the level of not just an investment, because it's easy to be able to invest money in the projects that you believe in. That's easy. It's a difference when you're present. You show up. You show up for this community all the time. And I'm proud to call you a partner. And I want everybody on the north side here to know that this is an amazing lady when it comes for advocating for the north side and the amount of investments that she puts in to the north side. Please give her a hand. And you always have to have a good partner on the other end of the aisle in city council. And I know Bobby has love for this community. I'm sorry. I know Councilman Wilson has love for this community. And I know how much he advocates for the north side. So now, Bob, I got hit, Councilman Wilson. Councilman Wilson, I got hit with a new proposal. You ready for this one? They want lights at the basketball court.
Yes, we told you that long time ago. You know that. You know it.
You heard that applause, right? Let's see if it'll calm down if I say it one more time. They want lights in the basketball court. Listen, I just want to say congratulations. To me, the parks are like heaven. It's where you find serenity. It's where you can walk around, no matter what your day is like. To be able to walk through a park is just delightful. It just gives you a whole new sense and feeling about who we are as a city, as a person. And so that's why I call the parks heaven. And to be able to light the parks up with lights, to make sure that people can enjoy it all time of the day and all evening. I was just sitting in the front row and I was like, wow, as beautiful as it looked, you could have like a jazz band out there every Friday or something and really enjoy this park. Because this is a beautiful park, and when I see how many people it's brought together, I'm just grateful to be able to see everybody out here. And I'm grateful for the small part that my office could play. Like I said, it's not, people see the mayor's office and they automatically assume, oh, the mayor. We had a part of a greater collaboration that said that we're going to make it happen. And with that collaboration, we were able to make sure that we got lights right here today. So I want to thank everybody who had a part in making this happen. Department of Public Works, our police department, and everybody else that played a main role in ensuring that this park looks beautiful today, that it will look beautiful tomorrow, that the master plan will continue to go forward, and that we will continue to develop every park in our city till all our children can have somewhere to play, all our adults can have somewhere to relax, and as a city we can grow together. So at that, let's just continue to go get it.
He is a little bit taller than I am, even with heels on. So I was brought aside to remind me that there are 18 neighborhoods on the north side, and I remissed in naming some of them. 3 that I forgot to mention was Central North Side, California Kirkbride, Charles Street Valley. Oh, the mayor has something else to say?
Yeah. Because I just learned this the other day, that way back, y'all gonna like this, when we started playing football, they had something called the Allegheny County football team. And they were playing, I believe the name was the Pittsburgh football team, whatever they called them back then. And I was like, oh, well, I know Pittsburgh won. I mean, I know they had to win. I mean, it's the whole city. And they told me, when I was at the Hall of Fame, that Allegheny County beat them. And I said, that's the north side. I said, the north side had a football team that beat the city? And so I wanted to share that because that was amazing to me, that Allegheny, what was it called? It was called Allegheny Cities? Oh, so it's Allegheny Cities, right? Allegheny Cities. So it was amazing to learn the deep and rich history of the north side. Like, I couldn't believe they beat the city of Pittsburgh, right? Come on now. So I just wanted to get that up, because as I learned that, I said the next time I'm at an event at the north side, I got to share that y'all had the #1 football team, then y'all got the Rooneys, y'all had the #1 football owners, then y'all had the stadiums, y'all got the #1 stadiums in America. Listen and pray for us, because next month we hope to have some more good news.
Of course. This project was made possible thanks to a significant investment from the City of Pittsburgh Park Trust Fund, Duquesne Light Company, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth Financing Authority, the Buell Foundation, the Qualcomm Foundation, and of course, many local supporters. And also, the Buell Foundation. I got it, okay. So at this time, what we're going to do is bring forth the ribbon cutting. We're going to move the podium out of the way, bring the ribbon up, and the participants will officially cut the ribbon to officially open the park and celebrate this beautiful park. So give us a moment, please.